Hey guys peeps, welcome back to Snail TV. You guys remember the PC build that I did about, probably about 10 months ago? This is actually a Honda K20 block. The actual block itself was actually not looking too good, actually usable. Could have took it to the machine shop, got it homed out and whatnot. But I've always wanted to do a some sort of a PC build, like an engine block. People have done them in the past, but they've always done it in the 3D printed ones. You can make them out of like you can get like the plastic V8 ones, and a couple of people have done builds like that. This thing is heavy. Yeah, this is actually an alley block anyway, so it's a bit lighter than a normal block, but it actually is still heavy with everything all mounted on there. I did show you the finishing stages, but since at the start of the year, I got all the PC stuff. I was just getting it week by week, just little bits and pieces. I'll just run down through it, what we end up with, and what I've got to do now, because I did say that I've got to do all the cooling on there. So everything is actually only air cooled at the moment on it, and the whole build was built to go water cooling. So what you see here now, that there is a high performance go-kart radiator, and that there is actually what we're going to be using for the actual radiator itself. I've got a radiator here. This is a standard, I think there's like a 360 mil or 380 mil rad, right? This is what a proper, like a big PC build would be using, all right? Either one of these or two of these. As you can see, they're not that thick, all right? This thing is a monster, all right? This thing is like, yeah, two of these in size. I've got two massive fans on the back of this thing with a fan shroud, so all the air will be getting sucked in through it. And I've got all the actual fittings on there on the side as well. So these are all the pipe fittings all ready to go. As I did say a while back, and on the one of the last videos, that I've been waiting for a couple of months now of trying to source down the pipes for it. I do have a PC mate who probably will be watching this. I couldn't find a 16 mil pipe, right? So this stuff here. All right, so it's just clear tube, all right, and it's 16 mil, all right. We in PC shops, they don't sell anything, well, not much water cooled stuff anymore, because it's too dangerous for the PCs. Too many things have happened, so you sort of can't get it anyway. But I could source the 14 mil locally, but to do 14 mil, I would have had to change all the fittings and everything like that. I got all these fittings for a pretty good price. They're really nice. They're all full chrome piece. They're real heavy. They look like gorgeous. Yeah, they're the old type fittings. The new type have got like a double layer and whatnot. I just got a heap of them for a really good price. And all the O-rings are all pretty good as well. So I do have other O-rings as well if something happens. And this is why I've brought it outside, just in case if anything happens, all right? So anyway, what we've got, sorry about the rambling guys, I need to explain what we're doing first, and then we'll go to the build. Alright, so we'll start off with the actual main bit itself. We've got the PC, this is the actual pump itself, the pump block, right? This thing is heavy as, alright? This thing was expensive, big pump, it's got all the stuff, right? As you can see, right, it's heavy. Alright, stainless steel block on the back. Yeah, all CNC'd made up. Everything just, yeah, looks gorgeous, alright? So anyway, that there is the main outlet, alright? So that there is that is the pump. Plenty of pump there to go everywhere. Alright, second off, we're gonna have, this is the graphics card water cooler. Alright, so this is a water cooling block. Alright, as you can call it. So we're going to be taking these fans off here, because that there is what you call it now, and we're going to be putting that there on it instead, right? And then on here, you take these bad boys off, or you can go through whatever side, that side or that side, and yeah, you can, the water then will flow all through where the actual CPU of the graphics card gets mounted, right? So on a graphics card, there's a little CPU as well. All right, and that there is what gets cooled. All right, so that was expensive as well. All right, and then we have also expensive and lots of money as well. All right, screws fall out everywhere. Is we have the CPU cooler. All right, so this thing here, same thing, all the exact same quality. Everything's all top of the line, really nice. CPU cooler. All right, so it's a block, CPU block, ready to go as well. Okay, and then I have a heap of fittings still. I have all the fittings on here ready to go as well. And as you can see, I've got fittings here. Then we can go to all the lines. All right, so I got 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 lines. I'm hoping it's going to be enough because I have to wait another couple of months for it to all happen. So I'll try to get it done with this. I really want to get this thing happening. All right. Let's go through the build. Let's go what we're running. Let's go through the details and whatnot. As you did know that this whole build was all set out for to be exactly the same as like a K20 build, a turbocharged build, of course. Turbocharger is a little bit small. That is just like an old diesel turbocharger that I found real cheap. I quickly just polished up the front housing, but the actual plenum itself, I actually custom made that like I do on all my stuff, and also put a billet throttle body on the front. That is 100% like usable. All right, so I can actually take this off right now, put it on a K20, and actually use it for a turbocharged build or a natural aspirator build. All right. So I just really wanted to make it like a look nice. I was going to actually suss out, you know, and do a pipe coming out like with a small intercooler and stuff like that. But I think that's a bit later on. All right. So I really wanted to get this PC happening and actually working. So anyway, so and as you see, these are just a standard exhaust headers. All right. So I've just made into a plate, welded a plate on there. These aren't usable. So then I think they're a T20 turbocharger can actually mount on there. That's all. So there's nothing special on this side here. It'll makes it look nice. As you can see, I've split the block and the head and done little tiny spaces, so then you can sort of see of what happens in there. Just for looks. All right, so this whole thing is for looks. Nothing actually gets usable. All right. Now the actual blade itself, I really want the turbocharger to actually spin, and I did put a little tiny on the back there. I've actually welded a little bit of a rod, so we can connect a little tiny motor up there, something quiet, just so they can ever turn so slightly. All right, so that's a bit later as well, but yeah, we really want to get this thing water cooled for now. Radiators here ready to go. So yeah, we ended up with a 2080 Ti graphics card, and this thing has done absolute wonders for me. This build, this whole CPU, computer, everything is all built for editing. That's it, no gaming. My son's got his gaming computer, and he absolutely loves it. He's got all the fancy lights and all the fancy stuff on it. A really good graphics card as well. CPU, like it's all fast as well, but this thing here is just being built for editing, and that is all I use it for. And the motherboard is just an MSI motherboard, and that's just done wonders for me as well. So everything there is all pretty good. We'll go with got an RM1000i Corsair power supply on the thing, so we've got a lot of current there ready to go. Yeah, everything there is everything works, you know. So as soon as I plugged everything in, turned it all on, running Windows 10, I think. I don't know too much about computers, guys. I just use it for editing. All right, so I'm just trying to be a bit of a computer nerd, but not. All right, so unfortunately, everything is just air cooled though. So there's just a massive air cooler on the CPU, which is done awesome as well. So the CPU actually doesn't get warmer as well. As I did say, I don't use this for gaming. I know probably for gaming it's probably not ideal. So what we're here for now is to take off the CPU air cooler, the graphics card, take off the fans and the fan shroud, and we're going to be adding on the water blocks there. We're going to need to mount this pump. Alright, so we need to find a way to mount this pump, and also then attach all these lines, fill it up with water. I've got this nice stuff here. Alright, Cool-X, and yeah, get it all water cooled. So the only other thing that I really need to do is actually do a fill up point. So some sort of a, like a high point somewhere, coming off of the actual block itself, because I want the block at the back. And that's about it, guys. So stay with me now. Let's get some stuff done. Alright, let's do it.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no, you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing it.
Alright peeps, well PC's all done. Yeah, there's a couple of things I can probably do to it a little bit later on, but I think yeah, I'm not going to stop with it. So I think that I just finished the video up, put it in back in the office. I'll make a video on it next time when it's all working, but I'll quickly turn it on. I'll show you guys. There's a couple more lights I want to put on a bit later and stuff like that, but at the moment it's just, yeah, it's enough. So I still need to get a little tiny motor for the turbocharger as well, so I haven't got that 100% yet. And also yeah, the RGB lights in both the cooling, the graphics card cooling, and also the actual block itself. They're not hooked up at the moment. So but apart from that, the fans are working on the radiator. This thing is so cold, which is awesome. The pump, I didn't realize how good that pump is. It's an awesome pump. So yeah, that comes in, flows into the radiator, and flows all the way back out. So yeah, exactly how I wanted it to go. And yeah, it's done exactly what I needed it to do as well. So I'll quickly turn it on now, and yeah, take a look. All right guys, so we're going to turn it on. All right, and as you can see with the water, you can see it flowing. Alright, wait till it fills up. It gets a little tiny air bubble in it, and then it gets out. Alright, and then we have it. Okay, and I'll show you the fans are working at the back here. Alright, so they're only on just very, very slow at the moment, so nothing's fast. So it'll pull a lot more air when it needs to. I've just got an LED strip up top here, and I've just tapped into the power supply off another 12-volt rail. And yeah, everything else is all good. So we've got the RM1000 powering everything, and it's doing an awesome job as well. Alright, So at the moment I've got the pump on full speed because I've just got the DC controller off at the moment. All right. When you can put that back on, it goes down to slow speed, but it was just easier doing that way, so then I can bleed all the air out of the system. That's all. So you can see the pump's working over here. All right, it's doing its thing. And what I've done here is I've actually got a like a fill point up here. All right, so I'll make something coming off, so it's a bit of a stay point, and that's going to be my top bit of like a radiator. All right, so as you can see, everything's yeah, just working 100%, guys. It's you can see how fast the water's actually shooting. You see the little tiny air bubbles inside there. All right, and yeah, they're flying real fast. So yeah, it's come up awesome. So yeah, as I said, I still need to get a little motor for the piece for the turbo, just so then I just want to get it real quiet and working. I've got the graphics card off of a SLI riser. All right, so coming down, mounted onto the front, and the block at the back is just holding on by everything else. So alright guys, so I'll explain how this all works. Coming out of the actual block itself where the pump's all housed, comes in, squirts straight into the CPU cooler, alright, and then comes straight out into the graphics card. Comes down from the graphics card into the radiator, cools, alright, with two big 120mm fans, alright, cools across. You can feel the air now, and it's on low speed now, alright. Comes straight back up. This is where I sort of had a I thought that we're going to have a problem, but it actually works quite good. Comes straight back up. We have a valve here if we needed to turn it off, but we then shoot straight back down to the cooler, straight back to the block, sorry, and then straight back into the pump again. All right, so nice and cold water again. So this thing here is always cold. All right, same thing, then pump straight back into the CPU. So the CPU gets the cold straight away, so everything goes into the CPU, and that's how I wanted it. So this is how I was thinking about like an engine block. So you want the engine to be the head to be the coolest, all right, and then going into the block. So yeah, everything else has all come up well. There's a lot of other ways I could have done this, but in my head, this is the way that yeah, I wanted to do it. So I just kept putting things together, and they all come up. So I was real happy. So these fittings so far, nothing's leaked. I had a little tiny leak up over there, but yeah, same thing. Just did the fitting up, and we're all sweet. Yeah, so far so good. So I've got to keep an eye on it, guys, because it is water at the end of the day. So I've been using this stuff. Friend gave you this stuff, the Coex. All right, so this stuff's been pretty nice. I'm not sure if I should run a dye through it so it gets it color, but I'm really liking the clear look. Yeah, it's just keeps it clean. Yeah, so far I'm thinking that's really nice. I'm not sure if I need any more lights in it. I was actually going to eventually put a light in there in between the head and the block, but I was also going to put a couple of fake pistons in there as well. So yeah, as I did say, there's unlimited things I can do to this thing, because at the end of the day it is actually an engine. So but yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap, guys. So I hope you guys liked. You can see everything's working all right. Yeah, this thing, it gets so cold. I'm very, very happy with it. So last night I had it just cranking. I know I'm not doing a load test on it at all, but yeah, everything's so far so good. And you can feel the actual heat wire, so you can feel I do have actually a temperature thermometer there, but you can feel the temperature coming in, and you can feel the temperature going out, and it's a lot colder. So the fans are working, the radiator's working. This is the go-kart radiators that I tend to use, and they're, yeah, work pretty awesome so far. So yeah, I thought it was going to be maybe a little bit too big for the actual for the pump itself to pump through and go through this Mammoth 3-core radiator, But as I explained and showed to you, yeah, it's that pump. It's just a PMW 9. Sorry. So PWM 9 dash 38 and 30 watts. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. So I'm real amazed. I've just same thing. I've put that onto the other rail on the 12 volt off another bit straight up. I haven't actually plugged this into anything here, and the DC controller, I've got it just plugged off. As I said, I will plug it back in, and then I can speed up the cycle because I don't want it that slow. That's all. It was very, very slow. Alright guys, so yeah, I hope you guys like it, and as much as I do, and yeah, I'll be using it very, very soon to make this video.